and be talking about our upcoming program for Pima County Genealogy Society on January 19th. I'm going to share with you a little bit about Peggy. Peggy Clemens Lauritzen, accredited genealogist and FOGS, is author of several legacy quick guides on Appalachia. She is an instructor at Ancestry Academy, Family Tree University, and columnist for Reminisce magazine. Peggy was named Fellow of the Ohio Genealogical Society and is the 2018 recipient of the Laura G. Prescott Award for exemplary service to professional genealogy. So, hi, Peggy.
How are you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm doing great.
Well, we're super excited to have you presenting to our society this in a couple weeks here.
Mhm.
And we are looking forward to the program. It's called Misbegotten Children, Tracing the Family Lines of the Illegitimate. So can you tell us a little bit about what that class is about?
Well, I want to make certain that it's understood this is not like a DNA search squad. And it's also not anything to do with name calling or anything like that. This has to do with how children and parents were regarded back in the 1800s, clear back into the 1600s, in regard to illegitimacy in the family, and some of the clues that you may find that are sitting in courthouses or just maybe from what you've heard passed down through the family. So there'll be some things that you can look for that perhaps may help you in your research.
Wonderful. Thank you. So how did you kind of learn of all of this information? Did you have some illegitimate lines in your own family, or how did you come
Well,
across it?
I think everybody does. And hardly any family that I've ever run across is exempt from that. But the reason that I kind of came up with this is because I eavesdrop. So when I'm sitting in a conference, because I take classes too, so I'll be sitting in a conference, and maybe before it starts, I'll be listening to people, or perhaps at the end when a speaker is asking, if there's any questions. A lot of times this subject will come up, or I'll overhear people talking about it in the vendor hall. And I'm thinking, if that person has that dilemma, I bet you an awful lot of other people do too. So I began to look at how some of the laws that we have here in America actually started clear back in England when we were British America and even before that. So,
Wow, that's really interesting. I did a lot of research on one of my British ancestors who was illegitimate, and she actually comes from two parents who were also born out of wedlock back in the 1800s in England, and it was really interesting learning about them. So I'm really looking forward to your class.
I'm happy to do it.
So why do you think this subject of illegitimate children is important for genealogists?
I think because, for one thing, a lot of times people feel that if we just do the DNA, that that's going to solve everything. And it might solve some things, but I really believe in using DNA results and using the records that we find in courthouses. I believe in a good combination of both. I think that strategy is probably the best one.
That is so true. I'm so excited. So we're going to learn about how to use evidence from courthouses and documentary evidence and traditional genealogy research to help us uncover more about those difficult to research lines, those misbegotten children.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today, and we will look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, dear.
Okay.